going on.
Feel like $1 million. Want to check out that ring?
What's up, TMZ?
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
What's up, man?
TMZ Sports.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock. My guys, Mojo Mutati, Lucas Widman. Mojo looking jacked. Let me see, Lucas. What you got? Woo!
Yeah, buddy.
We're ready to go. Let's do it, guys. We're going to start with really a sad story, a super unfortunate story. That guy right there, his name is Arik Gilbert. He is now a football player on Nebraska's football team. Super talented guy. Lucas is going to tell you more about him and his career in a second. But, Lucas, Arik was on a early Tuesday morning, arrested in Lincoln, Nebraska for breaking into a liquor store and a vape shop and allegedly taking a whole bunch of merchandise, and the entire crime was captured on video. I've never seen anything like this before, Lucas.
Yeah, it's not the kind of viral video you would want as a young athlete. You would probably hope that it would be a highlight reel, but instead we have Arik Gilbert, who came out of Georgia. He was the Gatorade Football Player of the Year his senior year. 6'5", 275 pounds. I mean, he's a great tight end.
Yeah, I think he was a five-star recruit, Lucas, coming out of high school.
Absolutely, and he started his career at LSU, transferred to Georgia, spent a little bit of time there, actually won a national championship there with them in 2023. And he transferred to Nebraska, and he was actually waiting eligibility to see if he would be able to suit up this season. But he was one of those guys that even Coach Matt Rule had been talking about earlier in the offseason, that he was expecting him to be a big contribution to the team, and here he is. This is exactly what you don't want to be in the news for.
Yeah, I think, Lucas, you see there, and the implication here is that he walked by the shop and you saw him, he had his face uncovered, he had his shirt on, and then you see, and that's not an edit that we made here, so it's not exactly clear how much time passed, but you then see somebody with their shirt off and a mask covering their face, and he throws what looks like a cement chunk, a big rock, through a door. He is then alleged to have crawled through. You see him doing it right there. He then kicks down this second door once he's inside the building. And then, Lucas, we looked at the surveillance video time codes. He was inside of this vape shop for at least for 3 minutes. And there is the stuff that cops say he stole. Lucas, tell me if I'm wrong here. Wasn't it about $1,670 worth of merchandise, according to the police?
That's correct. And if you look at the picture, that's a few vapes, some cigars, some lighters. If you even actually look at one of those pictures in the top right corner, you see Mike Tyson's face on it.
Oh, wow.
But we talked to the SJ's Liquor and Vape in Lincoln, Nebraska, and they actually opened up the next shift,
really?
As if nothing had happened. They said there's a little bit of damage, but nothing that they couldn't get through.
Right. So, this happened about a little bit after midnight. He was ultimately booked into the jail about 2 a.m., a local county jail, on a burglary charge, which is a felony. And obviously now he has some really serious legal issues that he has to take care of. I said this was caught on video. Obviously, we're watching the surveillance video. The moment that he was confronted by the police was also captured on video. It's sort of a surreal thing to witness. This is Arik Gilbert being confronted and arrested by cops in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I got one walking up right now.
Let me see your hands. Come out now. Come out now. And stay on the ground. Stay on the ground.
On the ground, face down, right
face down now.
On the ground now.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
You got him with taser? Yep.
Mojo, I mean, it's really surreal to look at. I mean, this kid, and you get the impression that he might have made a few bad mistakes along the way, but physically, he is such a talented player, and I think it's such... First and foremost, I feel bad for the business. They didn't do anything wrong, but it's kind of a sad story to see the kid in that situation for some vapes, and now I can't imagine him ever playing a down of football for the Nebraska football team, and maybe never again.
Well, I mean, you've definitely hit rock bottom here at this point. I mean, looking at it, if you're one of the top players in the country coming out of high school and then you've transferred not once but twice, right, your college career is not going like you thought it would. I mean, this is coming from a guy that transferred once.
Right.
I transferred up a few divisions,
right,
up to a D1 school. But when you're transferring down or laterally from a D1 program, that just means that your situation at that school was not what you anticipated it to be. Like, maybe you weren't getting the playing time that you thought you deserved. Maybe the coaching staff that you went to that school for moved somewhere else, but the transfer twice, that is usually a clear-cut signal that a player isn't adjusting to that level of
Mojo,
the game.
doesn't it show that he has a lot of promise, though, too, on the other side of the coin? If he leaves LSU, but you still have this top school in Georgia picking him up, and when he leaves Georgia, you still have this top school in Nebraska that wants him. It almost, like, everybody thinks that they can get something out of this guy because of how physically talented he is. At least the impression I get.
And that's a great point, Babcock, because usually – whatever, you transfer laterally one time, but that second transfer, guys never go to a top-notch Division I program. That's usually when you see players drop down to a Division II or Division III school. So, I don't know this player personally at all, but I've seen in the past in similar situations, it's usually just because, that player wasn't coachable or wasn't getting along with the staff, but again, possesses all the talent in the world that makes the team want to take a chance on him and be the ones to be able to turn that guy around. But now, seeing it, what we're looking at now, this is going to be about as close to a hopeless cause as it gets. I hate to say, when I'm watching this video, everything just looks personal to me. It doesn't make sense for a player of this caliber to break into a store like this and walk away with what'd you say, $600 of
$1,600, but still, I imagine, Mojo, if he went into the store as a Nebraska football player, I mean, this is Lincoln, Nebraska. These guys are obviously a big deal in the city. I'm sure they would have given him free vapes if that's what he wanted, free lighters, whatever. I'm positive of it.
That's actually the benefit of the NIL program. Now, that was something else I was going to say. Guys don't have to feel like they're as desperate as they were before when they're actually able to go out and make a buck off of what they're doing now. Now, for college programs, that is a huge benefit for the NIL athletes. It's using local businesses, local small liquor stores like this that can't afford those big NFL players. They cut a smaller deal for a smaller check with these college athletes, and everyone comes out ahead. So, yeah, I mean, there could have been a deal struck with this store or other competitors or, anyone else. That's why this whole thing is very perplexing to me. It just comes off as a very, very stupid, pointless decision. And now, at this point, for all the reasons we've discussed, I mean, this kid's career is definitely over.
Yeah, no, I could not agree with you more. I think there's a misconception that the best players, the best athletes, you just automatically, you play college and you play in the NFL and you make millions of dollars. But the reality is, I think that this world is riddled with wasted talent. And just because you're good enough to play in the NFL, it doesn't mean it's automatically going to happen. Now, real quick before we move on, Matt Rule, of course, very, very well-known coach, famous coach, now back in college, was asked about the arrest of Arik Gilbert, and you can tell, you just feel the disappointment.
First of all, obviously, I came into work today and got the phone call about Arik. Obviously, really disappointed, really sad for him. When we took Arik, we thought we had we knew we had a good group of people that were going to help him through some of the issues he's dealing with in his life. Have been really proud of the job he had done in the spring and summer. But to be honest, during camp, he's had some struggles. He's been working to overcome them. We have a great group of people here trying to help him. And then obviously last night happened. So I don't have a lot of details. You guys probably have more details than me. I got a quick phone call and then went out to the field. So, we'll work through those, as we get more information. But sad and disappointed. Disappointed for him and his family. Disappointed, obviously, for the business owner. And we'll have to just work through it as we move forward.
Coming up next in TMZ Sports, days after Tom Brady's rumored girlfriend, Irina Shayk, was spotted topless as she vacations with her ex, Bradley Cooper. The GOAT himself, TB12, showing he can have some topless fun too. Tom Brady spotted on his yacht without his shirt looking good. We'll show you the photos next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, Tom Brady showing Irina Shayk that he can go topless too. Tom Brady is enjoying a retired life, Mojo, much like he has. Shirtless in Miami on his very expensive boat. Look at that. It's a beautiful, beautiful ship. Somewhere on that boat, Mojo, you'll see him right there. There's Tom Brady. Now, it's interesting, and I said he can go topless like Irina Shayk because, Mojo, people may have seen this on the website a few days ago. Tom Brady obviously rumored to be dating Irina Shayk, though it's not clear if they are actually seeing each other or not, because not only was she on vacation with Bradley Cooper, of course, the A-list actor, whom she shares a child with, but, Mojo, she was topless. Now, unclear if Bradley was there for this. I suppose nothing he hasn't seen before, but, yeah, a little bit weird if she would be sort of topless with the father of her child when she's dating Tom Brady. So, unclear what the status of their relationship is right now. We are working on that, Mojo, but Tom doesn't look too bothered as he sails off the coast of Miami.
You know, Babcock, that's just something that us really, really attractive people do. We go topless from time to time.
Yes.
You know, any opportunity we can.
Don't think I'm taking mine off.
See, this is the benefit of not working from the office every single day, is you can do stuff like this and not get fired on the spot. So
yeah, if I take my shirt off, I will either, one, get fired or have everybody sick in here.
Look, man, this is Tom Brady, brother. We got single Tom Brady, and this is the kind of stuff we got to expect. I mean, just because you've won the Super Bowl 42 years in a 20-year career, you know, you still got to put some effort in rolling in the different A-listers out there on the market. You know, there's a lot of wealthy bachelors out there competing for hands. So Tom Brady definitely doing what he's got to do here. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Babcock. I would like to see Tom Brady stay single for a while. I'm just saying, I know everybody needs love, but Tom has his kids and he should enjoy this single life a little bit. Let us enjoy it too. Let us see all the different people Tom is going to date so we can talk about it here on the show. I mean, it would be awesome if we could even get him on one of those television shows that are related to this very topic, Babcock.
Yeah, we may have something on that possibly tomorrow, Mojo.
You're kidding, Babcock.
Coming up next on TMZ Sports, Aaron Rodgers trolls a New York Giants player and then throws a touchdown right in his face. And the entire testy ordeal was captured on video. We'll show it to you next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, let's talk Aaron Rodgers. Things got a little feisty between the Jets star quarterback and the New York Giants on last night's episode of Hard Knocks. Now, the Jets and Giants played each other in their annual preseason game on Saturday at the Meadowlands, but Hard Knocks airs on HBO on Tuesday nights. And, of course, they had the great Aaron Rodgers mic'd up. And again, Mojo, some words exchanged between the star quarterback and one of the Giants starters. Take a look.
Bootleg out to the left, flipping it left. McCole Hardman.
Bro, that? Show some respect, bro. Come on, what the that? 5 damn steps? I don't even know who you are, bro. I don't know who the you don't? I never heard of you. Let's go.
And the officials having to separate Jihad Ward and Aaron Rodgers. Drops back, lobs one, front left pylon. It is caught. Garrett Wilson. That's a Jet touchdown.
Poke the bear. I ain't doing that, bro. I'm not gonna hurt you. Then I gave him the line that's uncomeback with a bow. I said, I don't even know who you are. Then he said, I don't know who you are. I said,
I mean, let's be honest. And Mojo, I'm admittedly, I'm a Giants fan. everyone knows who Aaron Rodgers is. Jihad Ward, if you don't know who Aaron Rodgers is, just go do something else with your career.
That's just bad trash talk. You got to say things you can back up that have some substance if you're going to try and insult another player. I don't know who Aaron Rodgers is. Well, then you are an idiot, sir, if you don't know who the other quarterback of the team you're playing is, especially when you're talking about rival teams from the same area.
Especially, and the guy might be the best quarterback ever. I mean, he's one of the 4 or 5 best ever, period. I don't even think that's debatable.
All you know is that when he was targeted, he immediately threw a touchdown the next play just to prove a point and throw it in your face. When you're capable of scoring at will, you probably want to learn who that guy is. Bro, this is all Aaron Rodgers all the way. Obviously, I spent some time playing with the Packers over there with Aaron, and Aaron loves to trash talk, dude. He's just funny. He's a very passionate guy. He puts it all out there. You've heard him reference on the show, hey, Aaron can be fun, but the second you don't get the job done and people start slacking, you're going to see a totally different side of Aaron when he's cracking the whip, and that is certainly the case, but we're not quite there yet. It's the preseason. We're having a little bit of fun. The goal is to make it to the season. So Aaron mixing it up, trash talking a little bit. I feel like the main reason he said that was just to be able to take that line and deliver it to his teammates on the sideline, just to make everybody laugh, because that is absolutely something Aaron would do.
The Jets and Jets are actually playing each other in a regular season game. Obviously, it's going to be at one team's at home, but it's at the home stadium for both, so you're going to have both sets of fans. You're going to have Jihad Ward. You're going to have Aaron Rodgers. I cannot wait. Coming up next on TMZ Sports, for the second day in a row, the fans at the Colorado Rockies and Atlanta Braves game are going wild. Wait until you see how this one fan was eating ice cream. The clip's gone viral, and you may never have the dessert ever again. We'll show it to you next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, it's time for TMZ Sports Food for Thought. We're going to go, we love it. We love food. We love thinking. Mojo, we're going to go back to Coors Field. The other day we talked about the Braves and Rockies game. Remember, you had those fans who rushed the field and they hugged Ronald Acuna Jr. Nobody rushing the field or streaking or anything like that this time. But we did have a Braves fan who perhaps he made the trek to Colorado. Guy looks to really enjoy ice cream, Mojo, and you're going to see what I'm talking about just a sec.
Boy, get yourself somebody that looks at you the way that man looks at that soft serve. They might need to get a hotel.
Yeah, there's the napkins clean yourself up. That's wonderful. That looks pretty good, actually.
It looks tremendous. I think this guy's pulling it off. Oh, boy.
Jeez. Don't leave anything for chance, sir.
I think I'm done for the night.
I don't know if we air late enough to show this, Mojo. Wow.
I was just about to say, babe, I thought this was a PG show. I mean,
no.
The way this man was devouring that ice cream with the commentary added to leave no doubt in the mind as to what we were witnessing. I mean, I feel uncomfortable watching this clip, to be honest.
You know what's
with
funny, Mojo? He has no idea that that's happening, that he's on television, that there's hundreds of thousands, millions, who knows how many people watching, and that the commentators are actually doing a play-by-play on him eating ice cream. That's so funny to me.
This may be the thing in this world that this man is most remembered for long after his time.
He's probably had a career, had kids, maybe grandkids. I mean, who knows what this guy has accomplished, but this is his defining moment, and let's be honest.
Nobody's going to let them watch their kids now after seeing this clip. I will give this man some credit. I mean, look how clean he's keeping this ice cream cone. There's going to be no dripping with that
No,
thing.
that's hard to do. When I'm doing it, it's on my hand. It's all over the place. He kept that thing clean.
I'm just not an ice cream licker, Babcock. I guess I bite my ice cream cones when I do. Not the way he did.
No.
But
But still,
something else. I
Mojo,
can't
that's
even
serial killer behavior to bite ice cream. I'm a little worried. I'm scared of you now. All right, Mojo, we're just about out of time. But speaking of food for thought, tomorrow we are going to be joined by, and this is probably the only time I'm going to refer to that man as the underdog, but the underdog, Joey Chestnut. Joey Chestnut, Mojo, we know he's the greatest competitive eater of all time, period. It's not even debatable. But the fact is, Joey Chestnut has lost not 1, but 2 years in a row this wing competition. Yeah, he participates in his big-time wing competition in the great city of Buffalo, of course, where Buffalo wings were born. And he has lost 2 years in a row, Mojo. So we are going to hear tomorrow from Jaws himself, Joey Chestnut. Look, he doesn't plan on losing this thing 3 years in a row. That's the bottom line. Also, Mojo, you sort of alluded to this earlier in the show today. Hey, look, if Tom Brady is a bachelor, if he's not with Irina Shayk, if he wants to date, perhaps there's a TV show out there that's good at finding love for people and is really popular. Yes, tomorrow, Mojo, we're going to be joined by Jesse Palmer, the host of The Bachelor, and we're going to ask him, hey, Jesse, you were a former NFL quarterback. What do you think of your buddy Tom Brady possibly being on the show? So we'll see. Could Tom Brady actually be the Bachelor? Imagine how massive that would be, Mojo. So Joey Chestnut, Jesse Palmer. If that's not a great show, I don't know what is. I think it's going to be pretty great.
I mean, my goodness, uncovering the demise of the world's greatest athlete ever?
Yeah.
Not Tom Brady. That's just football. Joey Chestnut we're talking about here? My goodness, should make tomorrow the best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.